Now, our aim isn't to skip that snacky time at 10 a.m., is it? Or should we just make sure if we do need to snack, we're just snacking on some of the healthy things you just mentioned?
Well, I don't think you should ever eat unless you're hungry.
Right.
So if you're hungry at 10, by all means eat, but choose the healthy options like we've mentioned.
Right.
But if you are not hungry,
Then don't eat.
then don't eat. You know, because
Right.
that's a surefire way to make yourself overconsume calories, which is going to end up making you overweight.
Yes, and we
Yeah.
don't want that.
No.
Now, moving on to lunch, what are some common lunch mistakes that people are doing that are kind of lowering their energy levels when they're at work?
I think the biggest lunch, or two biggest lunch mistakes. One is that people overeat because they get so hungry. So they overeat, eat this huge quantity. Maybe they order a burger, or maybe they even order something relatively healthy, but they eat a big, big lunch. And research has shown that people who eat big lunches, or when you eat a big lunch, like maybe I don't know, anyone who's had a really big Christmas meal will know the exhaustion that you feel afterwards.
My gosh, you need to have a nap.
You do, exactly. And research has actually shown that that is a fact, that's a thing. You know, you're actually, if you eat very high carbohydrate and just a huge lunch,
Yeah.
a high quantity of food, you end up getting a slump afterwards, which is going to make you, really struggle when it hits 2 o'clock.
Jeez.
So you don't want to eat a huge lunch. Then also you don't want to eat mindlessly in front of your computer either, trying to save time, because when you eat mindlessly, they find that you eat more.
All right.
Yeah, and you don't realize you're full as quickly as you would if you were paying attention to what you're eating. So I'd say those are the two biggest lunch mistakes. So maybe choose something like a salad, maybe a chicken mayo salad, or with nuts and avo, something that's going to fill you up, but that's light. Not something that's huge and heavy that's going to make you slump at come 2 o'clock.
When you say like a huge lunch meal, give us an example. What a big meal would be?
Well, if you go to a takeaway place, for example, it would be a burger and chips and Coke. That obviously is a big meal, but it also is a very high GI and sugary meal. So for other reasons, it's also going to make you slump, but that would be a big meal. So if you have something, even what's nice about salad is it sometimes feels like a big meal. You can only eat so much salad and you feel pretty full, but it actually, the calories in it, or the energy in it isn't so much that it's going to make you slump. So that's quite a good meal to have.
Now,
lunch.
What about those afternoon snackies? So people, they have lunch and then sometimes feel hungry again at 3 or 4, maybe if they're working late, even after that.
Yeah.
Is it the same kind of thing we're eating at 10? Again, vegetables, biltong, nothing
Nuts,
too heavy.
Maybe some fruit, yeah. Those would be my suggestions. Yogurt, but then watch out for the sugary yogurt, because a lot of these low-fat yogurts that you get in the convenient little tubs are very high in sugar. So maybe rather stock up your fridge at work with some double cream Greek yogurt and maybe a little bit of honey, that you can put a half a teaspoon in if you need it sweetened, or some berries or something in the fridge. I don't know, even the apple in your desk drawer you can quickly chop up and put in, I don't know. But yeah, those would be the sort of things that I would suggest as a snack again